And that's what all three of these men are going to be fighting for. For what was, for the longest time, the most coveted prize you could win in MCW. The MCW World Championship, which since the first ever match for that title has been held by that huge tree-looking man, Max Black, who has not been beaten except from one man, that drug-addicted man throwing elbows at Brad Collins right now. There has been rumours that in ahead of this match and its stakes, Marty has gone a lot harder on the drugs than he normally would have done. Apparently 10% of Road to Glory's budget was reportedly in the drug purchases for Marty's dressing room. But if the police ask legally, that money went on arena tax. And let's not forget Brad Collins in this match, a guy who made it to the finals of the Ruler of the Ring tournament and actually has a very, very underrated and impressive record in MCW. Currently 6 wins and 2 losses. He does have one that is classed as a non-win, but it's not a loss, which is his participation in the European Championship ladder match all the way back at Ground Zero, which doesn't class as a loss due to its high multi-man nature. Some weapons already brought into the ring here, and we can definitely expect the likes of Brad and Marty to probably use those weapons, knowing that they need to do anything they can to take down the Man Mountain. I wouldn't be surprised to maybe see some teamwork here, but apparently not. Brad wanting to do all of this on his own. As Max drops Brad down. Can he do the same to Marty? And he does. And Max seeming to dominate in this match so far, which was to be expected, but if there's one man that it's his kryptonite, it's this man right here, dropping the fast kicks on him. A man that Max Black just can't seem to figure out. I mean, he is a man that uses his sheer power and size to his advantage on a regular basis, but I guess that those kind of painful advantages don't really work to a man who is, well, coked up out of his mind. Max Black now. And now it's Marty with the kendo stick to Max. Again, the competitors knowing. And a cutter there. And a Superman punch down to take Max Black down. Marty standing tall. Both men down, but Max Black dodges the elbow. And a sliding clothesline as Max goes to steal the win. 1. And Marty's there to break up the pin. Max realising that normally you would try and beat this match by just sheer power and strength, but realising he maybe has to take a bit more of a methodical approach here, with it, the match being a multi-man match. 1, 2, and a kick out. Or not kick out, Max to break the pin to save his title. Of course, this is also Max Black's first multi-man match. All of his matches in MCW up until this point has been solo one-on-one matches. Only Marty and Brad have experience in this field. Could that play a part in the victor here? As Brad Collins taking a sledgehammer to Max Black. Looks like he was going to turn it onto Marty, but Marty with a Hurricane Rana to take Max down. Now a big drop kick to take the tree trunk down. A nice neck breaker there from Brad Collins. Brad going for a power bomb on Marty, going for the pin, but Max Black's right there to break it up. Max Black outpowering Brad, but Brad's able to slide off the shoulders. Honestly, must have been a high fall. Normally, to make those kind of falls, you'd have a bungee rope attached to you, but Brad's doing it completely unsafe. Max just waiting methodically to strike on these people. As he does, he waits for the right moment. He goes to try and take Marty down with a clothesline, but Marty ducks under it. Max looking to look like he was going to try and take Brad to the ropes. Marty taking a kendo stick to Brad, but not paying attention to Max Black. Takes him into the corner now. And takes him down with a BFT. Goes for the pin, but Brad is there. You'd assume he's there to break it up, and he does. And a big slewplex from Brad. Marty looked like he went for a code breaker there, but he missed. But he is able to break up the pin before a 1 count here. He goes for the same code breaker again, but misses again. Marty takes Brad down. Max throwing Marty into the ropes. Brad with another huge suplex. Brad showing that he is truly one of the biggest powerhouses of MCW, and a clothesline from hell sending Marty inside out. And again, knowing better than to go for the pin straight away, with Max still standing. Max with a future shock DDT. Marty once again missing a move that he goes for. He might have got too high. And the missed! He spat the cocaine at the face of Brad, and now he goes for the spinning code breaker. Can this be it? 1! And kick out or break up from Brad, who somehow managed to find the pin despite having cocaine sprayed in his face. Marty taking down Brad with a suplex. Max throwing Marty into the corner now, getting him to the top rope. And dropping onto the back of Marty, and Brad's there to take a clothesline down. Seems like he's managed to wipe a lot of that cocaine off of his face. 1. And a kick out at 1. Marty. Bit of athleticism there to Max as he now climbs the ropes. A somersault splash. Brad is right there, holding a sledgehammer. Marty climbing to the rope. Brad hitting him with the sledgehammer. That's that little bit of teamwork that we had said we would not be surprised to if it was used, but it looks like Brad is not wanting to use the teamwork anymore. Max countering with a headbutt. Picks up Brad. Marty busted open to all hell here. And a huge suplex. And Marty throws the sledgehammer at Max. Max rolls out the way. Marty trying to steal the win right under the nose of Max. I think maybe he hoped that with Max being so tall that maybe he just couldn't look that far below downwards at the pin. And another huge suplex from Brad Collins to take down the biggest man in MCW. And Marty, another spinning code breaker, not going straight into the pin this time, wanting to deal with Max Black. And a big suplex. But Brad's starting to get back up. Every time that Marty finds maybe a bit of a window to win this match, they get back up immediately, and a big boot from Brad Collins to take him down. And now Max tossing him over his back. Can Max get the pin here? 1, 2... And at the final second, Marty breaks up the pin in what looked like was going to be a guaranteed win for Max. And a powerbomb to Max from Brad. 1, and breaking it up from Marty once again. Marty clearly battered and bruised all over his body, doing everything he can to keep this match going. Marty with the roll-up, but Max breaks up the pin. Max with a BFT to take him down. Brad trying to steal the win, but, Max is stunned right there, so of course he was going to break up the pin. All 3 men doing whatever it takes at this point. And now Max, utilising his strength and power on both other competitors in the ring. Brad Gets the big man up. Takes him into the corner. And flings him face first into the turnbuckle. And Marty, with Spanish Fly. Max is up, targeting Marty now. Marty counters, flanning him down, but Brad's back up now. Brad targeting Max here. Marty looked like he was going to go for a weapon, but then maybe he had a bit of clarity, realising that leaving them on their own would not be the best thing for his chances in this match. And hitting a kendo stick to the back of Brad, rolling out of the way. And a cutter, an RKO. He goes for the pin. Oh, it's a breakup from Brad once again. And Brad Collins throwing Marty out of the ring. As he now lifts up Max Black. Somehow lifting all nearly 7 feet of Max Black above his head. The passion that Brad has to win that championship. Clearly giving him a new level of extra strength that we haven't seen from him before. And Marty looks like he tried to duck the clothesline, but Brad brought it down lower to make it harder. 1, 2, 3! Brad Collins has pinned Marty to become the new MCW World Champion. In what was an incredible match. All 3 men leaving their heart in the ring. And Brad Collins is now your new MCW World Champion. In what truly could have been anyone's match. Several times where the crowd got stood on their feet thinking that Marty had the win. But the one thing to also note in this match is Max Black was not pinned.